And the expansions are kind of weird, but it definitely turns out for some great games. Give me just 1 second here. I want to... That's not with me. Okay. Alrighty, so in the bottom left-hand corner on Newkirk Precinct, we have the green Zerg player. He is Astro.
Woo woo! And on the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have SYL's Red Zerg returning for his second game of the night, Dragonslayer.
Dragonslayer.
Let's play some dragons.
So sick.
So elite.
Alright, so to be honest, Zerg versus Zerg isn't my strong suit. I used to play Zerg.
I don't think it's very many people's strong suit. Zerg versus Zerg is kind of just like, let's get some like pool noodles and like whack each other with them while covered in like mayonnaise and ketchup.
Yeah, and whoever hits first is usually the winner.
Yeah, whoever hits first is usually the winner, but not always. You get the lucky Bane hit, you never know what's going to happen. Both players going pool, then hatch, and gas. Generally not the way you want to do it. You either want to go pool, gas, hatch, or hatch, gas, pool. You want to do one or the other. You don't want to do that pool and that hatchery back to back. It's just wonky. Spending like 500 minerals back to back, like really early in the game.
Yeah.
It puts you behind on gas. Both players going pretty cheesy opening, which is fine, but
looks like he is going to catch us.
By. Oh, he's going to run back to his base, losing almost 2. Second lane is going to go down dip. There it is.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm going to put it on yours real quick. I need to fix something on mine, so it's going to follow you.
We are going to go on my camera. Oh boy, this is fun. So, got a little Zergling run around here. Happens a lot in DBZ. Lots of back and forth. It's like tug of war with these lanes. Now both players are starting to mine gas. Baneling Nest going down for Dragonslayer. Lanes chasing each other. No such tech for Astro. Both players not at the gas that they need for Speedlings yet. Dragonslayer taking a Baneling Nest before Speed. Presumably to defend. Definitely being defense-minded. Throwing that Spine Crawler up in his hatchery. That is natural.
Alrighty, I got it back on mine now. So yeah.
Back on your camera?
Yeah. There we go. Sorry about that. I was trying to fix something. So we do have the Bailings coming in. And he's taking a third. That's so crazy. He's going to have the economy back. Do you think he's just going to build a ton of Zerglings from here and then just try to sweep them away? Or do you think he's going to tech into something else from here? Oh, what a connection. The green Zerg player. He's got 3 expansions and, able to kind of get some economy going. Cool. Do you think he's going to tech into something else, or is he just going to try to stay on, like, bailing Zerg for a while?
Right now, he needs to keep making lanes. I'm having a hard time understanding why both players aren't getting speed. We are seeing a layer go down for Dragonslayer, going for that quick layer like he did last game. Yeah, both players just making lanes, no speed lanes. Not sure what Astro's going to go for. He's definitely setting himself up for some production, some economy building. The third is definitely at a good timing. I like Astro's third, but he needs to drone up his main more. He needs to get some Banes up, not overcommit this much to Zerglings.
Yeah, and he was kind of supply blocked there for a while, so I think that kind of hurt him a little.
Coming in here that's going to get a hit.
Ooh.
Not that much. That second Baneling is going to
and that takes out.
And it does, but not quite enough. The lane count is still pretty even. That Spine Crawler is going to come up, which is going to force Dragonslayer out of Astro's base.
Yeah, so that was a nice defense.
Is going to definitely... I think what this does here is this kind of solidifies this third base for Astro. Unless Dragonslayer can get his drone count up and do something with this layer here, we've got a player who's ahead on tech. And a player who is ahead on bases, who soon will be ahead on economy. Right now he's already 9 drones up.
Yeah, and something to note here too, Dragonslayer doesn't even know of this third. He doesn't even know what's going on in the main base, so he doesn't know if he's going up to lair or anything like that. So he's really kind of blind right now. Astro, I mean, he doesn't really see anything else, but he has scouted, you know, somewhat in the main, but it has been a while, so it's definitely kind of be interesting what we see each player do, because I mean, even Dragonslayer, he hasn't even started really an economy in his natural or anything, so he's definitely kind of behind there, I think, in minerals and stuff. So that's kind of interesting. But he does have a flock of Zerglings coming, so.
We do see a Spire halfway done for him, but we don't have the drone count to sustain it. He's only got 20 drones. Astro not much higher at 25. Gonna run some Banelings right in here. Ow. And
so one thing to note also,
have enough to defend.
Yeah, and one thing too is the green Zerg player Astro, he does have that speed upgrade, so he can kind of get around quicker. It's gonna. Do you think that's gonna play a big part here in these engagements for them?
Absolutely, not having speed with Lings versus playing someone that does have speed. Oh, that's painful. Absolutely painful with those Lings moving. What is it? It's like, what do you call that? It's like 50% faster, more than that. It's definitely a huge advantage.
Yeah, metabolic
Speed is
boost.
definitely something you have to get.
Yeah, metabolic boost is definitely one of those, like, from what I've been told, is one of those key ingredients that you get to start off your Zerg army. It's like the foundation of the Zerg army is the metabolic boost.
You pretty much always get it in ZVZ at some point or another. You need to get it. I mean, you just need to.
Yeah. Interesting though, the green Zerg Astro, he is teching into roaches now. He doesn't have a whole lot of anti-air for that Spire, but I mean, there's only 3...
No, he really has no idea it's there. Meanwhile, we have a drop in the main of Astro. 2 Banelings are going to come in and do some work. They are going to get a decent number of drone kills. And are they going to get this queen? Astro manages to save the queen.
Wow. With 9 health.
Saves the queen and drops chat. Not too shabby, Astro. Meanwhile, we've got a couple mutas. Not really enough to do much, but with a low health queen and no spore crawlers up, they might just get to do something in the main here of Astro.
But he does now have a Hydralisk den, so maybe he'll be able to get some Hydras up. It doesn't look like he'd get any up in time, so he is in the main now.
We don't see any in production yet. So these mutas, although a very small muta flock, are going to get to do some damage in the time it takes for Astro to respond to this.
Yeah, he does have some Hydralisks coming in. He has 5 right now. Plus he has that Spore Crawler coming in, so he'll be able to kind of fend this off because there's only 3 mutas. The other queen does come in, so he'll be able to kind of help support. And then behind this, he's taking his 3rd finally, so it looks like he should be able to fend this off.
The damage Dragonslayer did with the mutas, well, not bad. He got about 6 or 7 drone kills. Astro is still nearly 30 workers up.
Yeah, 47 to 20.
Lead.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not seeing much for Dragonslayer to do right now unless he goes really hard with droning. Defends appropriately to get himself up to like a similar drone count. At this point, it's very far behind.
Yeah, and that's just one of those things.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. That's just one of those weird things. I mean, the green Zerg player, he's floating so many minerals. It's going to be interesting what he could be doing with that. So, do you think there's something that he could be using to, I guess, maybe spin that income, or do you think he's kind of doing what he can right now?
Well, I think if I'm Dragonslayer here, I drone out more, no question about it. If I'm Astro and I've got the mutas catching these overlords here, pretty nice. If I'm Astro, I drone up. I throw more hatcheries down. I start doing ling run buys. Um, Anything I need to do to kind of spend that money. I always tell players, spend, 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 especially as a Zerg. If you're not spending, you're putting yourself behind in production because you're not getting as much larva. Zerg is a really kind of exponential race. It spirals out of control, and if you float 2,500 minerals, you stifle yourself a
And
lot.
the map hacks being called out, but as I said, it was just luck. I mean, they were just kind of in the path of each other, so that's kind of fun banter going between the two.
Gotta have a little banter.
Yeah. Oh man, this third base is just kind of left undefended. He did get that queen
Yeah,
down.
you'd think that there would have. You think that after seeing the mutas in the base a few minutes ago, that there would have been more of a response, like spore crawlers in Astro's base. And now we're getting the kind of plays from Dragonslayer that he needs to make to stay in this game. While pulling the army of Astro to the third, he sends Lings into Astro's natural. However, they didn't have speed. There wasn't a lot of them. They don't really end up doing much but killing a spawn caller. But if you're in the situation of Dragonslayer, that's kind of the play you have to make while droning up. You've got to kind of pull their army around, do multi-prong attacks, do run bys, get them to go to one side of the map while you attack them somewhere else to kind of maximize the damage you can do. Meanwhile, the mutas come back in here to the third base of Astro to get a good number of worker kills.
Oh yeah.
But the issue at this point is that Syl is going to be hard pressed to match that army of Astro. However, with Astro now being pretty close to the number of drones that Dragonslayer has, you know, if he can get upgrades up, get some other units up, he might have a shot at getting back into this game.
Yeah. I feel like every time the green Zerg player Astro, every time he tries to kind of pull out, it seems like he's getting some harassed on somewhere else. He's kind of having to pull back. And one thing, the red Zerg player is just kind of making him string, try to stretch out his army as much as he can to get damage done.
He's pulling him around, buying himself some time, which is exactly the kind of thing that he needs to happen. But Astro is finally going to say enough is enough, and it looks like he is going to go for the third base of Dragonslayer.
Yeah. One thing to note, and as not really much of a Zerg player myself, the Lings do have +1/+1. Do you think that will be a big factor in this engagement, especially against? I mean,
what I think it should have been is I think that all of those Lings should have been Banemans.
Oh wow, he clears this up. Looks like he's going to get that third. It's GG, and Astro he gets that win.
I think if all of